building a fizzer.
In a world where all the podcasts are in a giant sea and also cool, finally comes a podcast that kicks the cool to the curb. Welcome to Kick the Cool.
Cool.
I'm your movie voice, little brother Wopsle.
Wopsle.
I'm America's big sister Shishi.
Shishi. And I am the biggest little brother, Tone.
I was like, oh, he's the hero. Oh, wait, he's the villain? Oh, he's just my brother. It was like quite a roller coaster you took us on.
He's just a guy.
Oh, man.
I like that opening. That was good, Wopsle.
Okay, well, thanks.
Very well done.
My throat hurts now, so I'm going to take the rest of the episode off, and you guys can just go ahead.
Yeah. We're going to review Wopsle's movie voice. That's what this whole episode's going to be. And we'll do it 4 times. Wopsle's movie voice, Wopsle's movie voice, Wopsle. Anyway, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, hey, guys, right off the bat, let me hit you with this real quick. Do you guys know what an earworm is? You guys familiar with this term?
Yeah, that's in a science fiction movie when a larva crawls into your ear and inhabits your body, and they call that an earworm.
On Star Trek The Wrath of Khan, there was an actual worm that they put in your ear, and it mind controlled you or something.
That's another version,
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's an earworm.
I am sad that I brought up this this topic because I don't like either thing you guys just brought up. I got the heebies and the jeebies happening on my life right now. But an earworm is also the topic for a song that gets stuck in your head, right?
Oh, that
kind of earworm.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you're. I'm gonna yes and this one, but I don't think so. But yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I wonder. Do you guys ever get songs stuck in your head that will henceforth be known as earworms? Do you guys get earworms?
I never called them earworms because I thought it was just the other thing. But yeah, I get songs stuck in my head all the time. As you know, I wake up to the radio and whatever's playing on there is generally what I sing all day. And then, I trade off with the thing the next day and it kind of fades out. And then I'm just always happy.
Sherry, are you saying kind of the song of the day? Is that kind of like the feel? Like
Sure, yeah. Yep, song of the day.
Always a song in there.
Maroon 5's in there a lot.
I definitely have earworms a lot. And what happens is I get poop in my ear. And then I get earworms. And then I have to run around scraping my ear on the ground. And
waiting for that. I was waiting.
I think you don't have to have poop.
A lot of people ask me what I'm doing.
You don't have to have poop in your ear to need to wipe it on the ground. Just the worms would have been okay. Why'd you have to bring poop into it?
No. How do you get worms then? Don't you get worms in your poo?
It's not because of the poo. They just live there.
Exactly. That's where they live. They don't live in your ear. They don't live in your ear.
Okay, so poop, ear, carpet is the only way to get it out.
Anyway.
Totally.
Grass, not carpet, grass.
Tell that to my dog.
I'm not like a girl rubbing my boobs on the carpet.
You're not disgusting.
I'm not.
You rub your butt on the grass outside where the neighbors can see.
That's right. Anyway, that's what I do. I get earworms all the time.
Where were we?
Well, I was here. I've been curious about earworms because I wonder the musical kind. I mean, because I wonder if certain people are more susceptible to them than other people. Like I have songs stuck in my head all the time, and they're never songs that I want in there. Mm-hmm. They're always so bad.
Well, do you want them at first? I mean,
no. Right. For me,
is it just like
it's usually like nursery rhymes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
yeah, I do that too.
Oh,
now,
so bad.
Sometimes this is the greatest earworm moment is when a song pops into your head and you just go, oh yeah, and just start jamming, right? Like out of nowhere, you didn't even know it was coming. Just bam, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, erotic city. It's usually Prince. Mine are usually Prince.
I feel like for me, it's always like moves like Jagger. All of a sudden, there's like in my head.
That's exactly the song I was thinking of. Yeah.
It's because it's the worst one. Because you kind of,
you want that in your head?
I don't like that because it's like moves like so that kind of. But then he goes the moo ooh. That's the part. Just
Sure.
over and over and over in my head.
Oh.
Just that part.
So you're not.
Oh.
So your earworm is pieces of songs, not
it's like-
not the whole thing.
It's the hook. My earworm is the hook.
So do you ever like try to force your brain to continue the song so that you can get it out of there?
You know, I hear that that's what you're supposed to do, but I don't know. Does that work for you guys?
Well, that's what I was going to say. What works for me is I will actually stop what I'm doing and immediately check the lyrics to find out what the lyrics are to the song. Because it's the worst. It's the worst when I don't know the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I only know 2 words or 5 words, and those words keep repeating themselves in my head, and it makes me and the voices in my head so mad. So, yeah, but yeah. So like what the best thing to do is to learn the lyrics, and then you can sing the whole song and it's not as
That
bad.
helps.
That's my experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, whenever you have an earworm, the great thing is go fishing. You've already got the worm. Put it on the hook, cast out there,
Catch yourself an eye fish.
an eye fish.
Catch your earworm, catch your eye fish.
Digital fish. Well, I think I've learned what I'm going to do next time I have an earworm, and it's just stuck in there, and it's just like California girls, just that over and over and over.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to get down and put my ear in the grass and just like scooch across the yard, and I think it'll get it right out of there.
At the very least, you'll be thinking about something else for a minute.
That's very true.
Yeah, right.
Now, I recommend doing consider your ear hole the pivot point,
Yeah.
and then rotate your body as a clock hand around on the ground.
Well, and I'll bet that'll work because an earworm, there's no way an earworm's going to stick in your head while you're explaining to the cops that you're not on drugs. Like, you will definitely, you got to choose one or the other, so it'll be right out of there.
Here, I have some advice. Here's something that you should try.
Okay.
This is super serious. You're going to want to flick your earlobe. Like every time you think of that song, just flick your earlobe really hard. See if that helps.
Oh,
Okay.
Kind of like the rubber band on the wrist, right? Like you snap your.
Only you just keep flicking it. Just keep flicking it.
Until the song stops.
Don't let your brain get away with that. Yeah. And don't worry about who's out there either watching you. It doesn't matter.
So let me make sure I understand. You're saying cause yourself pain in order to train yourself.
No, just
in a
flick your earlobe.
Pavlovian response. Doesn't it hurt? Or no? You're saying nicely flick your earlobe, just friendly?
No,
Just like
it should
sensually?
hurt too.
Just like,
I'm just saying that you can't do the rubber band thing. I think that needs to be on the earlobe. And get a video of yourself so that I can see if you're doing it right.
just playfully and sensually
Just-
flick your earlobe.
No, you gotta put some flick behind it.
Give it a sexy flick.
I don't want to see that though.
That's one of my first date moves right there. Is the sexy earlobe flick. Hey, baby, come here.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I should have known this was a bad topic from the word go, but thank you guys for helping me with my earworm woes. I think I know better now how to deal with them. And I
Or
do
at least
apologize.
not to talk to us
I do
about it.
apologize to my audience
That's right.
for bringing that up with my siblings.
You're welcome, everyone.
But this, of course, is a review show where we give you, the listener, the reviews you didn't know you needed in order to help you live your life to the fullest. So, Shishi, you're up first this week. What is your review for us?
Well, as you know, I really love to review the mundane of life. I believe I was the one that brought mailboxes to the table. Review tape. I really love that. So, and I also like letting you guys choose which one I do. So I will give you 2 topics and you choose which one we do. So we have artificial plants or shopping carts. Which one strikes your fancy?
I personally have to go with shopping carts.
I was actually thinking more on the plant side of things. So,
Now, this is great. What do we do now?
Oh,
This is
crap.
basically
I didn't plan
pointless.
for that.
now you just have to pick.
So
Now you had to break the tie.
Okay. Well-
so you basically just get to choose.
Actually, I was going to do artificial plants, and my son Cameron made me question myself. So that's why I gave you a choice. So we're going to go with artificial plants.
Okay.
Plants it is.
So I would like to review artificial plants today, guys.
Yeah. I hope this goes better than earworms. I'm just saying.
I'm not hopeful. So I'm glad I'm going first so we can forget about this crap later. So, Tone, what do you think about artificial plants, man?
Oh, I think they're fake as hell.
Fake as
They
hell,
are
right?
so fake. They are.
Mhm.
Oh, I hate fake people and fake plants, and oh man, they're never truthful.
Mm-mm.
But that's about all I got.
Wopsle, you better bring it.
Well,
You better have something,
I
dude.
think fake plants. Listen, I feel like we're all thinking it, so I'm just going to say it. Fake plants are better than real plants in every conceivable category.
Truth, stamp it. Truth, stamp.
They look better. They stay alive better. The only thing they don't do better is provide oxygen for my lungs. And I got plenty of other plants to do that. I need the fake plants to look good and not die immediately. And they're great at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good at that.
Okay, here's some cons. I hear what you're saying. I'll give you some cons because that's what I do. Dust.
You do have to dust a plant, which is a strange thing to do to a plant.
You have to dust real plants too, but I don't think as often, and it's nicer experience.
Yeah.
So if you have allergies, probably don't want to get an artificial plant. So the reason that I was thinking about artificial plants is because I work in a fairly new building, and whoever was in charge of decorating this new building decided that plants would be a good addition to put in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have these nice big bathrooms with just artificial plants everywhere. And I was just thinking about everything that's being collected on the leaves of those plants and who's going to clean them. And are they going to be toxic waste by the time we're all done? Is anybody ever going to touch those plants? They're just going to say, we've got this nice topiary in the corner. We've got a fake aloe on the sink. We've got, in this other one, we have this weird little moss dish thing. And I just don't, I don't understand it.
When you think about it, I mean, you're cleaning. Okay, so you go to the bathroom. Even if you don't get your hands, let's call it dirty, you still wash your hands because they were in your area. And then and then people come in and clean the bathrooms regularly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason they do that is because the particles in the air, that's poop in the air. That's air poop.
Mm-hmm. Air poop. Yep.
Yeah.
So the air poop is going to get on everything in that, and they clean everything. But I guess you're saying they do not clean the plants, or do they?
Or do they? They go in there, they do something, and they come out. So I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're pretty dusty.
You haven't caught them in the act.
No, never have. And I would be surprised.
Do they have one of those signs like installed by the health suspector?
The suspector? That's an important job. How can I get that job? I can suspect the hell out of things. I suspect all of y'all's health right now.
Is there somebody that comes by and they say this?
Is that a health private detective? Oh, I suspect
I was gonna say,
there is something going on.
I think he goes up and he says, this plant looks suspect. So does he put up something on the wall where people have to sign like they have one by the fire extinguisher that they have to sign,
right.
you know? There's one of those by the plants. There should be.
Like an OSHA.
Right,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. I will say that I enjoy them being in there. They look nice, but it's just with artificial plants in general, they look really nice, but I'm just always looking at them at the corner of my eye.
Mm-hmm.
What are they up to?
You're the suspector.
So I didn't even know it. Who's going to pay me for that? That's what I got to figure out.
Of being up to something.
It's just I don't trust them. So, and I don't even know why that is a thing. It's just an inanimate object that's sitting on the shelf, and it's not even the bathroom ones. That's just a silly little thing. Why are they in there? But
yeah,
we had a bunch at the library. I don't know. It's just they add greenery, but they add fake greenery, so it's not like you can love them and talk to them and pat them like you can a real plant.
Right.
Oh.
And name them and, cry when they die.
Right. Yes,
So-
and. Yes, and. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Tony, have you ever owned a plant?
I did, yeah. I owned mom gave me a little sad, misshapen stalk of aloe vera.
Oh, was that the same aloe that I got? Like, was it from the same plant? Because she gave me aloe
it was from that.
a couple years
she has
ago.
a gigantic aloe vera
Yeah,
plant.
we have one too
And-
from that same thing.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And she gave me a sad little, like 2-inch stalk that was sticking out of about like a cup of dirt, and was like, "Here you go. Just stick it in the window, and you'll be good." And I think it was 2 weeks. It was like really dead, like so dead that I was like scared of it.
Like it was going to rise again.
You were
It was
you were
gonna,
suspect.
yeah, it was going to reanimate.
You were suspect.
I was. Oh yeah. So see, it's not just the fake ones. It's the fake ones and the dead ones.
And the dead ones.
Any non-living plant is suspect.
Well, and you know what cracks me up is I wish I could go back right now and listen to what Sherry said when she was introducing this topic. And her first thing that she said was, when she was talking about the plants in the bathroom, was how many there were.
So many.
I just saw her like pushing through leaves and
It's like going to a jungle, to the bathroom in the jungle. Yeah.
The jungle bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get my machete.
Like a rainforest cafe.
I get in trouble for cutting the fake trees down on my way by.
You have to have a machete. Yeah.
I wonder if they make us happier or sadder. Like they're there to make us happier, make us feel like we're part of nature and, real human beings. But I wonder if the fact that that it's all fake makes us feel like fake human beings somewhere inside.
That's deep. That's deep.
I don't notice them. I don't notice plants ever at all. Like they're not on my radar. And so if I walk into a room that is filled with fake plants and I have my machete and I'm cutting through them, I won't know the difference. So it's going to have the good effect on me.
You will.
So in
now.
a way, ignorance is bliss because I don't know.
We grew a lot of plants in our backyard during all the quarantine and everything. And there was this one particular pot that like we kind of half buried. So it looks kind of like, ooh, this is like a dig site, for something. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
But the way it was buried, it looks kind of cool. And but the mouth of it's kind of open, and so we put like a little fake plant in that mouth. It's like looks like just like a little kind of green thing. And so early in the time, it was like, well, that's kind of cool. It made it look like something already. I'm not sure something would grow in there, but this fake plant looks cool in there. And then we grew it's lush in our backyard right now. We've got elephant ears taller than me. We've got all these stalks, and we grew tomatoes, and we had a pumpkin plant that never gave us a pumpkin, but it's like huge.
Right.
And there's still this funny little fake plant that at the beginning looked awesome, and now it just like stands out so bad. This terribly off-color fake plant in the middle of this incredible jungle that now I'm just like, that guy looks so stupid. Like he just does. He's not fooling anybody. I'm going to go put like googly eyes on him because he's just like looking back and forth like they haven't noticed that I'm here. It's like, no, everybody knows that you're here and that you're plastic.
So it has a personality. As long as it has a personality, that's fine.
I would be sad if this fake plant
all
died.
over it.
Yeah, if this guy died, I would be pretty sad because he's out of his element. But like he's put in his good hard work, so he's got a place at the table.
And that's a concern nowadays.
Yeah.
That's a concern nowadays. Yeah. When the fake plants start dying, that's the kind of green thumb I have. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a fake plant. And I guarantee you, I will be reporting on this podcast sometime from now how dead it is. Like,
oh my gosh. Tone, since you live right down the street from where I work, you should just wander in one day and look at the bathrooms and you'll laugh.
I'll bring my machete.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. So, Tone, what do you rate artificial plants since you obviously know so very much about real plants and artificial plants?
I rate artificial plants 5 swinging machetes.
Okay, Wopsle, what do you rate artificial plants?
I rate artificial plants 3 out of 4 health suspectors.
Couldn't get that 4th health suspector.
No, it's kind of like
that was me. I was the 4th.
Right.
Kind of like dentists. Like you can never get them all to agree on a toothbrush. There's always one that bucks the system.
Two things. One, I don't know why I think that fourth dentist is like mad. Like he hates that product. Yeah. Like I don't know why though. I think that. The other thing is I just had a moment of recall, and now all I can think about is that Sherry is washing her hands, but she cannot pay attention to what's happening with her hands because she's side-eyeing that plant so hard. Hard.
You're supposed to wash your hands for 20 seconds. I wash mine for about 3 minutes.
Just because you don't even realize you're
because I'm just staring at the plants.
Your hands.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to rate artificial plants 55 billion dust mites.
Oh, man.
Oh, you didn't go with air poop?
I did not go with air poop.
Okay.
Not everyone has to add poop to every review on this podcast.
Is it me? Am I the problem? We need to identify the problem. That's what good people, smart people do. You identify the problem and you fix it.
That's where it starts.
We'll have a conversation with corporate after the podcast.
Okay. Apparently, I'm on some health suspectors lists right now.
The health suspector came by corporate. We have a memo.
You're on poop notice.
We will, we'll cover that memo off air. So, Tone, you are up next with our second review this week. What have you brought for us?
Well, it's a weird one. It's kind of a mundane one, and I don't have anything funny to say about it.
My favorite,
but. Stick around, fans. It could get wild because I've been known to somehow interject poop into everything. So, this week I want to review car stereos. I don't know how I'm going to get there.
Don't put poop in your car stereo. It'll break it.
This is going to be a journey to get to the poop part of the review.
Wopsle, what do you think about car stereos?
I'm kind of sad that kids these days will not know how important a car stereo can be.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a time when it was so important. Like the day you got your car, you replaced the stereo with whatever other stereo that you were going to put in, like
yes.
Whatever you could find.
Yeah. Remember there was always like a giant gap on the top and the bottom. Like I never had the right plate to like make it fit correctly. So it was just like so janky and terrible. But man, like it's all that mattered in your car was that car stereo. So I'm sad that kids these days won't really experience that joy like we did.
Shishi, what do you think about car stereos right off the bat?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Wopsle. There's no better feeling than hitting a bump in the road and having to jam your stereo back up in the dash because it fell out.
Yeah.
That's the most fun. It's almost as fun as standing on your battery to get your car to start.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people our age don't know how to strip a wire with a pocket knife or a pair of scissors?
Wow.
We all do.
You meant to say butter knife. I fixed it for you.
Any sharpish object. I used my fingernails one time.
It's teeth every time for me.
Teeth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time.
So, I mean, it's just a rite of passage for us old folks.
Okay, so did we kind of come up during the car stereo revolution in a way? I think so, because like speakers got better and especially bass became a thing, right? But previously, you wanted as much treble. In the 1970s, you wanted as much treble as you could get, and you weren't concerned about that bass hardly at all. And then in the 80s, people started having stereos that boomed, and all of a sudden that was a big deal.
I wonder why that was. I mean, did they come out with separate woofer speakers that you could put in your car? I mean, what was the big jump?
Yeah, I wonder, did the music follow the speakers?
Or
did the speakers follow the music?
No, my understanding is that the music followed the speakers.
So my buddy Ryan from Prague, who was in my grade, his parents bought him a Suburban. So like a high school kid with a Suburban, you're thinking, everybody's going to lunch with that kid. Like he's taking all the friends out. But no, there was exactly 2 seats in his car, the driver's seat and the co-pilot. Right. He took out every other seat and it was full of speakers. And it was just like this driving giant crazy speaker thing. Heaven forbid you ever find yourself inside that car. It was death sentence. It sucked so bad.
Right.
And remember, you'd have like these little tweeters up in front. So you had some treble kind of facing you, but they were like 1-inch tweeters. Right. And then there was 14, 30-inch subs in the back taking up this whole place. It's just like, what? There's so many amps. And it's just like, what is this? What is this thing? It's so absurd.
Yeah. These monstrosities. I remember Brian Bergman, though. He prided himself on like classy. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I get in his car. He had a Mustang, a really nice Mustang at the time. And so I get in his car and he's like, I want you to hear like the reason I got in was because he wanted me to hear this. Right. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, okay. So he starts describing what's going on before he starts playing. He's like, okay, look up here. See, I got these like 5-inch speakers in the dash, then these little tweeters that are attached onto the tops of those. Mm-hmm. And then of course I've got my subs in the back, and so he's like, hits play and ear-shattering treble, ear-shattering treble. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's not just loud. That's stupid. And then the bass kicks in.
Oh my gosh.
And so, so yes. Oh, wow. I can hear the treble. Good point. He's like, see, you can hear the treble even with the bass. I'm like,
so,
okay, you got me. You got me.
So Brian Bergman now runs a school for the deaf, right? He's now. Really? No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
He does.
Oh man.
Sign language. Yeah, all that stuff.
Since he can't hear, is the point.
You know those videos where like girls get in the guy's truck and then their hair gets blown all crazy around from the sound waves? What? The air?
And I guess, Tone, that's your connection to the poop, because a real good bass, if it was enough bass, then you would mess your pants. Like that was the mark of great bass. Every time a kid would show up to high school with just like messed pants, you'd be like, oh man. He must have got those new speakers he was talking about. Look at that. He totally pooped his pants.
That's the only time pooping your pants is cool.
All day long. Johnny's been telling me, dude, you got to come listen to my car. I'm like, yeah, well, I got to go to class, and then he's like, dude, and then he catches me after school. As I'm going in my car, he's like, dude, come here. I told you got to hear this. And I come over. We listen to his car stereo, and I'm very impressed. He turns it down. He looks at me, smiles. Huh? And I'm like, what? He's like, did you? No.
He's just smelling.
Okay, well, I'm supposed to get some new 6x9s next week. How about those? Like, I've seen more 6x9 speakers. I've just seen more of them than anyone on the earth. I don't know why, and I've seen more with dust on them.
Right.
And outside of a car. I've seen more 6x9s outside of a car than anyone ever has. I don't know why.
Somehow 6x9 speakers are like hubcaps. They're just out, not connected to a car and dirty, and you don't know why they're there. They're just everywhere.
How did this get here?
Yeah, totally.
Well,
all right.
I have been lured to more than one car by an amorous boy trying to, make moves by telling me he has a cool cool stereo in his car. And of course, I am like, oh, cool. I want to see your stereo. I bet it sounds awesome, dude. And then,
switcheroo.
Switcheroony.
But I'm willing to bet that the car stereo actually is pretty cool, right? It's usually pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, it was always good. Yeah.
What would be awesome is if I had tried to pull that move with my car stereos, because like worse than factory. Like I got it. I took the factory one out, put in something worse because I thought it'd be good. The factory one, can't find it.
You probably went to Walmart and stood in front of the wall of car stereos and just kept hitting the buttons to listen to each one over and over. Couldn't decide. You wanted to get a JVC because that was supposed to be the best brand at Walmart, but then you couldn't afford a JVC. So you're thinking, is it worth it? And then you're like, yeah. And then you get it home and it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And every girl that I get in my car and go, huh? She says, no, I did not poop. You suck. I am not going out on a date with you. You didn't even make me poop my pants.
You know, I bet big city people got like real stereos from different places, but everyone from our hometown got it from Walmart in Shawnee. Like every stereo came from Walmart. We all stood at that same wall, hitting those same buttons, fretting over that choice, and then we bought a Walmart stereo, and we're like, well, this doesn't sound great.
But it has a digital readout.
That digital readout.
I'll tell you this. One time, so I bought a car stereo, and I was in high school, didn't have a lot of money, and because I made the wise choice of not having a job while I was in high school. Smart guy. I didn't do my homework anyway, so I don't know what I was doing. But so I had my car stereo that I bought, and it was my pride and joy, and I loved it very much. And it quit working one day. So I took it apart, and this is kind of how I live my life. I took it apart and looked around, had no idea what I was doing, had never taken a car stereo apart before. I looked around, I see there is a little track on the circuit board, right? A circuit, and it's burnt into a crisp, and it's separated. And I thought, okay, that's got to be it.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the gum out of my mouth. I took a piece of wire that was in my back seat. I bit it with my teeth and made it the right size, stripped the ends of the wires, split the gum into two pieces, and connected those two circuits. And the car stereo worked for another 2 years. The car stereo worked for another 2 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's
man.
how I run my life.
I think that's my favorite story you've ever told.
That's pretty great, man. That's really great.
My hair blew back from that story.
I pooped my pants.
I was going to say, I was looking at you, Wopsle. I was smelling. All right. So, Wopsle, what do you rate car stereos?
Oh man, car stereos. I never had one of these, so it's the epitome of cool car stereos. I gotta rate it 10 out of 10 removable faceplates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember you just walk around the mall carrying the face of your stereo in your hand?
And usually you had a carrying case, a little, sometimes
I got this thing,
a little leather pouch.
Yeah.
Shishi, what do you rate car stereos?
I'm going to rate car stereos 210 decibels.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
How many? I don't even know what that means.
That's really loud.
I do. Like a jet engine is like 160.
Yeah.
Or 140. That's death. That's awesome.
You're going to die.
That's
Brian Bergman's car.
Yeah, that's Bergman plus Ryan.
I'm looking online, and it says that one 18-inch woofer on the loudest car in the world hit 170 decibels.
Whoa!
Which is louder than most rock concerts.
Goodness.
Concerts.
A car.
One 18-inch woofer.
Oh, wait, one speaker louder than a concert.
One speaker. Yes, it was one speaker.
That's awesome. That's so
wow. Good. Okay, so I rate car stereos one split piece of gum into two. So I'm rating it 2 pieces of gum. 2 out of 2, by the way. I like car stereos.
I'm so impressed. I've definitely never fixed anything with gum. And I'm kind of sad about that fact right now.
It is my only claim to MacGyverism, right?
You're going to be looking for opportunities now, aren't you? Just in your daily life. Somebody breaks their toothpick. Here, let me fix that for you.
For reals, I've got that. There's a MacBook Pro that had this faulty keyboard. It's got these butterfly clips. And so right this second, my spacebar is not attached to my computer. I'm thinking this might be my opportunity to fix it with some gum.
I think that's your opportunity. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I know for a fact I'm going to get some job opportunities out of that story.
It says here in your resume, you're a problem solver. You have any examples or?
Yeah.
Show me something. Point me at something that doesn't work.
You got anything not working? Hold on. Let me get some more Hubba Bubba.
Okay, well, I am up last this week, and this week I have a listener submission. I have a buddy named Jimmy. He and his wife Kaylee actually have a podcast called the Date Bit Podcast, where they play games together and talk about them. And Jimmy's kind of the big time game expert, and his wife Kaylee is kind of newer to games, and so they're going through games. And if you like gaming, it's a pretty fun little podcast. But Jimmy is also just a good friend, and he suggested that we review the topic of eBay. So I don't know if you guys know eBay. I feel like eBay used to be huge. I feel like now it's kind of in a slump a little bit, but I think that this podcast is the one to bring them back on top. So Shishi, what do you think about eBay?
I don't think it's in that bad of a slump, really. I think that it's kind of gotten more niche. Like you can get anything secondhand. You can get anything, any off brands that you want. You can get any name brands that maybe open boxes or whatever. I think that's kind of where they're at. More like
become the garage sale.
More like a thrift store. Yeah,
I think you're probably right. Yeah. What do you think, Tone?
Well, I mean, I like a good garage sale, right? Like, if that's what it is, I don't have a problem with that at all. I have purchased a few things off of eBay in the last 6 months or so, and I like eBay. I like it a lot. But I will say, as soon as you said that this is the topic we were going to do, what struck me is, I wonder what has been sold on eBay. And so you might have some things you'd like to talk about regarding eBay, first of all, but at some point, I want to discuss this website I'm looking at right now, which is eBay at 20. 20 of the weirdest things ever sold.
Okay, well now you got me intrigued, because I am kind of
we got to hear that.
I want a few of these. I want to hear a few and then see where they go.
Okay. Well, so I'm just going to go down the list, and you guys just stop me when you have something you really need to say, when you feel compelled. Number 1 is a grilled cheese sandwich with the face of the Virgin Mary that sold in 2004 for $28,000.
$28,000.
$28,000. Number 2.
Wow.
After numerous bids, this jar sold for around $55,000.
Yeah.
It was a ghost in a jar.
A ghost in a jar. That's like my jar full of love that I gave everybody for Christmas that year because I messed up what was supposed to go inside it.
Can you?
The seller claimed that he would, quote, would not be held responsible if the, quote, black thing escaped the jar, and all sales are final. And there was nothing, of course, in the jar.
Can you still find this listing? I want to read the listing about a jar full of ghosts.
That's a great call. We should,
Come
we
on
should
there.
see.
Let me go see. Ghost in a jar. It tried to auto-complete ghost in a shell for me. Let's see. Oh, well, there's a Funko Pop Rick and Morty Tinkle's ghost in a jar. No, it's all Rick and Morty stuff right up front. Oh, wait, here it is.
I have one. This one. Okay, wait, let me tell you mine. Let me tell you mine. Mine says, Ghost trapped in a jar. It actually doesn't have very much. All it has is under condition. It says, glass jar which holds the spirit of Luke. And that's all you get. That's all you get for this jar.
Okay.
Not who's Luke, not what happened to Luke. That's all you get. That's the condition of the jar.
How much are they starting the bids
this
at?
one is only a buy it now option. And it says actually right here, you can apply for the PayPal credit card and pay $209 for 24 months. And Luke is yours. That's a total of about $5,000.
He has a name. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, my ghosty, they are asking $1,000 starting bid. There are 2 days left, no bids yet. But the condition is used, pre-owned.
What? It's not brand new.
It's a ball canning jar. It looks like they dug it up out of the ground. And it says in the description, it says ghost in a jar, not responsible for released. Condition is used. And taunting spirit captured. Purchase at your own risk. Shipped with USPS priority mail.
They don't tell you how they captured it right.
And it's a taunting spirit. So I don't know what that means.
Taunting. Oh, man.
That's so weird. There's more than one of those on there.
Well, okay, so it's weird that there are haunted jars. How about this? This might actually be even better. The haunted jar is pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
But number 3 on this list that sold for $107. Oh, far cry from what we've been talking about. This sold for $107. A haunted rubber duck that had the power to possess children.
Oh no!
And make them clean their rooms. I'd pay for that.
Yeah, wait.
If that was the case.
You don't sell. You exercise that. Don't sell a duck on the internet that can possess children. Get that out of here.
Unless it makes them clean their rooms.
Who buys that thinking, my children need to be possessed?
That's the only way they're going to clean their rooms.
Number 4 is a Dorito shaped like the Pope's hat, which sold for $1,200.
Do you know if I had that or the grilled cheese sandwich, it would be so hard not to eat them as soon as I got it, you know? Knowing that I paid that much money for them, I would just want to consume it.
You know what's funny is the people who bought the Dorito shaped like the Pope's hat are the same people who bought the grilled cheese. Yeah. So
they got them a meal now. They got a good Catholic meal.
Here's one quick interesting thing. Are there that many? Apparently, there are a lot of people in the world that look down at food and say, I should sell this. I've never looked at my food and thought that. I bet I could get a couple thou off eBay. That's such a weird thought process to me. That's buck wild.
Yeah.
I saw on eBay one time there was a person selling a half-eaten bowl of SpongeBob SquarePants macaroni and cheese.
I actually remember that. We must have looked at that together, maybe.
I think we did.
Half-eaten.
It does not make this list. Number 5, a guy sold the meaning of life for $3.26.
Oh my gosh. $3?
That's the best deal by far.
By far.
Yeah.
Number 6, someone sold their grandma. Number 7, Britney Spears put out some gum. Right.
Is that allowed?
To sell a person.
I don't know.
Like someone sold a person on eBay.
Yeah. Didn't even capture them first. Just, hey, here's her address. Go get her.
She wasn't even in a jar. Just.
I'm selling Wopsle for sure.
Don't worry, he's cool. Totally knows this is happening. Totally agreed to it. Just head on over.
He's gonna the whole plan is he wants to act like he doesn't know. Okay, so don't be weirded out when he acts like he doesn't know. This guy sold his life, his entire life, including his house, his belongings, an introduction to all of his friends, and a trial period at his job for $384,000. Someone bought it.
That is pretty cool, actually.
That's really interesting. Yeah.
Wait, and access to his friends. So like one day, like a guy shows up and he's like, yeah, like I'm now like Jim in this friend group.
Yeah.
I love that. I want someone to do that.
Wow.
His name was Ian. And so, yeah, it's like, I'm Ian now. And everybody's like, okay, Ian told us this was going to happen.
And he probably split the money with his friends, so they played along with it, sure.
Right. Well, apparently his job did too. How would you convince your job to go, oh, yeah, we'll give him a shot? The new Ian? Sure. We'll try it out.
Wow.
This might be too crass for our podcast. So this might be cut out, but let me add one one more point. I typed into the search bar of eBay grandma to see if I could see anyone selling their grandma.
Oh.
And every single, there's, dozens and dozens. I'm scrolling. There might be 50. And page after page of various prices of 99 cents. Here's $10.29, $5 even. But all of them say adult only item requires verification. I don't know what they are. What? I don't know why it is, and I can't see it because I don't have age verification. And also, I do not wish to see it. But
it has something to do with grandma.
But they're showing up when I eBayed grandma.
I'm seeing it. I just typed it in too. Let's see. I'm going in here.
So
I'm going. Let's see.
Maybe it is human trafficking. You would have to definitely be age approved for human trafficking, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you wanted to buy another human,
you have to consent. Oh, okay, yeah. They're gonna make me put my credit card number in there for age verification.
Hey, Kevin, they're gonna automatically make you purchase one of these things too. So abort.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I am very much a suspector on this
because eBay has my information. They do not need that. They know how old I am.
That is sketchy.
Grandma getting freaky.
I see one. This first one is 99 cents and $3 shipping.
I don't know. The second one on mine, it's $5. It's for buy it now. It says 2 watchers. 2 people are watching that item.
Oh, I see that one.
Yep.
Gosh, what
very interested.
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
That is one of the they get me every time. They get me every single time, and I get so mad because they shouldn't be allowed to do it. You're looking for an item, and you think it's probably gonna. Everything else tells me it's gonna run about $100, right? It's gonna be about $100, and so you get on eBay and you're like $39.99. What? $80 shipping.
They get you. They get you.
Happens all the time. They get me every time.
Yeah, I'll say one more point I'll bring up about eBay because I think talking about the weird stuff is the review that Jimmy probably wanted us to review. But I will say eBay to me is the place for nostalgia. Like a couple of years ago, I was like, I have to play Wave Race 64 on the Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah,
and I found it on eBay and bought it and played it. I was like, this is not a fun game. So then I also resold it on eBay. So there's 10 copies of Wave Race just being shipped back and forth across the country through the eBay service where everyone thinks this is going to be great, but then it's not. But then we're just shipping it around. And so lots of good nostalgia things that you can't get anywhere other than eBay.
Like baseball cards.
Yes.
Things like that.
Now, Amazon also sells a lot of things that are kind of similar to that, I think, like especially DVDs. Imagine how many copies of Dude, Where's My Car there are right now on combined eBay and Amazon. Like millions.
Yes.
I used to have 30 of them myself. And that was why I didn't have a girlfriend for 20 years.
She's like, this can't be okay.
What was great about those copies of Dude, Where's My Car being in my house is that it even affected the dating ability of the apartments around me. Nobody else could get a date either, just because those copies of Dude, Where's My Car was in my house.
I got 628 results for Dude, Where's My Car at eBay.
That's actually kind of low.
Yeah. Really, but what I usually buy on eBay is car parts, and I bought like not a cheap camera, a good camera for less than I could get it from a regular retailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you brought up cards. I've sold a ton of Magic the Gathering cards on eBay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because the local card shop doesn't give you hardly anything for them. You can actually make, you can sell them for pretty good money on eBay. So
here's something really sad though. I'm scrolling down and now in my recently viewed items is Ghost in a Jar, parentheses, not responsible for release. And it's going to be there forever.
That's sad. I love it. Now I have to go to eBay and type in that search just so it will be in my search history.
Well, and eBay talks to Facebook, talks to Instagram, talks to everything. So everything on your internet right now assumes you're starting a jar of Ghost collection. And they're going to let you know all the ways that you can enjoy Ghosts in Jars.
Well, hopefully I'll get to look at that haunted rubber duck.
Yeah.
So, because I need to get me one of those.
I have two questions for you guys. Okay. First off, one of my favorite podcasts has a thing that they do called Haunted Doll Watch. And what it is they find haunted dolls on eBay that are for sale. Now, would it be too much of a ripoff if I did a similar thing where I just find haunted jars or haunted things, maybe just haunted things?
Can you just do weird things? Like maybe they don't have to be haunted, but weird things?
Oh, crazy eBay.
Crazy
okay.
eBay. Yeah.
There you go.
It's got a good ring to it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, crazy eBay. the second thing
eBay
I wanted to
cray.
ask. Cray eBay. Cray eBay.
There you go.
Second thing I wanted to ask is this. Do you think they'll let me put okay, apparently you can post whatever you want to post. They just take it down sometimes. Now, with the things that they actually have sold, it sounds like they do not take their limits are very, very broader than I would have thought. Right. So do you think that I can actually get a bid on my little brother?
I kind of hope so.
Probably
a little bit. Yeah, I think
I'll sell you really. Like I'll talk you up, man. I'll be your hype person. For sure.
Do it. Let's see if you get arrested.
I have a VPN. I could use a VPN and tell them that I'm from Spain and I want to sell Wopsle.
I was going to go another route, Tone. What I was wondering is, so you can sell a haunted doll on eBay.
Right.
You can sell a haunted jar on eBay.
Right.
I want to see what other haunted objects you could post and try to sell on eBay.
Okay.
Like I'm looking around my closet right now. Like I've got my basketball sneaker. Could I try to sell this haunted sneaker?
Ooh.
Maybe.
I have a couple of haunted makeup brushes right here.
Right. Just put it on there. It's haunted, not responsible if it gets released.
Yeah. How about this? One lot, 36 Kick the Cool coffee cups, haunted. Let's see, $20 a piece. $720.
Haunted put that on there. Haunted Kick the Cool mug.
And we will mention you on our podcast if you buy it.
But I think that the haunted Kick the Cool mug is probably worth like $50.
Okay. I'm going to put it on there and see if we get any bids.
It's going to take all that extra work for us to get them all haunted, I mean, we got to charge.
Exactly. We've been haunting. Yeah, I had to spend all day Friday haunting.
I'm rethinking the 50. Now I'm thinking maybe 30.
Dude, for 30.
Kick the Cool ghost probably isn't very cool.
Exactly. So. Nerd ghost. Oh, I could put that in the description. I'll totally put that in the description.
Not a good kind of
ghost. It's a nerd ghost. It's a nerdy ghost that loves D&D and Weird Al Yankovic.
And he lives in each of these mugs.
Each mug. You have to buy all 36.
So they're not each haunted. They are all haunted.
They are all haunted as a group.
I know. No, we have to divide him up into each mug and get them away from each other so that he can't.
That's right.
He can't create any more havoc, any more nerdy havoc.
Oh, and then some evil person will collect all of them and bring them together and re-summon the ghost. So we have the first Kick the Cool movie.
The Return of the Nerd Ghost.
Return of the Nerd Ghost. Kick the Cool. You heard it here for TM. Trademark.
Quick, print this episode out and put it in an envelope and mail it to yourself. All right. Well, thank you, Jimmy, for that topic. I hope that we did it justice. I'm sure that we did exactly what you expected with it. But now we're going to wrap up by rating eBay. So, Shishi, what's your rating?
Well, I gotta rate it like 18 ghosts in a jar. In one jar. 18 ghosts in one jar.
That's not safe at all.
That's a lot of ghosts.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Super haunted jar.
Okay, Tone, what do you rate eBay?
I rate eBay Return of the Nerd Ghost. Kick the Cool Part 1.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a trilogy.
Yeah,
this is a trilogy.
Course. Why would you ever release a movie that you don't intend to be a part of a trilogy? It's just leaving money on the table.
But the final one's going to be too long and we have to divide it into two.
Oh, right.
So part 3, part 1, and part 3, part 2.
Right.
What's going to be great is it's not going to, we're only going to get one movie. And it's going to be so bad that we won't get anymore, but it will still be named Part 1.
Yeah.
And there will never be a Part 2.
Okay, well, I will rate eBay 622 copies of Dude, Where's My Car? Which is how many results you get on there.
Wait, Shishi, didn't you get 620?
Yeah, but I wasn't going to say anything. Maybe he doesn't like it that much.
I was because... No, that means there's 6. Something happened with those 6 copies. I think they got bought.
I just searched it again.
Oh, you did?
In the last 6 minutes.
No way!
6 people.
That's how fast those puppies go.
I just got 626. That's crazy.
See?
Listen, if you're listening and you have a copy of Dude, Where's My Car? Put it on eBay right now. They're going like hotcakes.
For 99 cents. Oh, $4.50. $2.
But $40 shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us this week on Kick the Cool. Again, if you're like Jimmy and you've got an idea for us to review, we would love to hear that. You can send it to us at reviews@kick.cool.
And we also want to give a huge thank you to the band Bugs for letting us use the song Reviews as our theme song. Go listen to Bugs music, please. Go buy some of it online. And we love you very much, Bugs. Thank you.
And I just want to invite everyone to come and follow us on social media. We're at Kick the Cool on all things important.
All right, well, we hope you have all had as much fun as we have had during this episode as well. But until next week, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Let's be content for everything you ever list on there should say. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. No, just sell it like you're going to sell, a magic card. Sell it for what you would normally sell it, but just call it what it's
Cake cool.
Right. Okay, let me see if my earbud's being squirrely. Let me see if it'll not be squirrely. Yep, cool. There we go.
The worm's trying to get out.
Shove that sucker back in there and do the podcast.
Don't work with these worms.
Flick your ear. That helps with that too.
Oh.